Hello everybody once again and welcome to yet another battlefield with me and my trusty Bretonnia army here, getting ready to knock some shields and swords and pikes with these dwarves across the way over there. See, my guys are pretty hyped up. They all got stuff. Okay, that guy's hyped. Promotion, sergeant or whatever. Never mind, he's a peasant. He doesn't get a promotion. Anywho, so here we are. And this was a really great battle, so I want to show it. Very exciting, I thought. And these units, so let's look at my enemy's formation real quick, because you might already be familiar with mine from my past Let's Plays. I'm bringing a very familiar build. So over here we have some Dwarf Warriors that my friend's bringing. By friend, I mean opponent. I think his name is Masik. Anyway, so just some Dwarf Warriors here. A couple Dwarf Warriors. Two Dwarf Warriors with great weapons over here, and then a Longbeard's axe infantry over here on the flank to kind of secure it. Now I can't see any of this at the beginning of the battle. I also cannot see these guys over here. Let's just check these guys out. Here in the bushes we have some miners. Looks like they have blasting charges, some of them. These two here on the left have blasting charges, but these are invisible to me. Over here, he's got some iron breakers. Very dangerous, deadly unit. I'm going to target them for sure with my trebuchet right off the bat. They're eager, going to fight. I love the plate they have for the beards. So some cannons here. They have his general right there. Some more dwarf warriors, right? Yeah, dwarf warriors. And then some thunderers, 3 thunderers right here, which will clean out my archers any day of the week. And then he's got a master engineer here in the back. So I'm bringing, I'll just go over it briefly, 2 Pegasus Knights up here. I have Leoncoeur up here on his hippogriff. I have the damsel right down here. I have some spearmen at arms, 2 units over here on my left side. 3 of the men at arms pole arms, 2 trebuchets, 2 archers, 2 knights of the realm are hidden over here in the woods, as well as a mounted yeoman. There they are. These guys look so cool. I love the animals on their helmets. So without further ado, let's get this battle started. So one of the things that I value very highly when I'm fighting against a dwarven army is mobility and speed. Dwarves have very tough, very strong units, lots of armor. They're difficult. Even their most inexpensive unit will have an impressive amount of armor and will have a great deal of morale compared to other races. As you can see, some of his cannons are getting good shots here on my double stack units. I'm going to move them. So when I saw these emerging over here on the right, I immediately decided that I had to move, take the conflict on my own terms. In the meantime, as I said before, my trebuchet here are pounding his iron breakers. I don't want them having any more HP than is absolutely necessary when they manage to get into combat with my men. They are a very tough unit, and for the dwarves, that is extremely tough. So he's going to move his men out here. I'm just bringing my entire army over here. Leoncoeur leading the way. You can see the little effects on my troops as he heals them of minor damage. It's one of his passive abilities. Leoncoeur is definitely your strongest unit on the battlefield. Without him, Bretonnia crumbles completely, especially because Bretonnia, their infantry units are not particularly good in melee situations with other units, which is one of the areas that the dwarves excel in, and their morale is quite poor in general. Unless you're one of their knights or cavalry units, their cavalry is absolutely excellent. However, cavalry armies don't work for me, so this is the next best thing. So here we go. I have my archers moving around here. Bretonnian archers, although they don't do too much damage against armored units, such as pretty much every dwarf unit ever, they do have superior range, so they can whittle down some numbers at least from a distance before the dwarves here are able to get into range of my own units. We're going to see the charge right along here. As you can see, I'm just going to slow things down, break this apart. I'm going to move my Pegasus Knights back behind his lines for a rear charge. He is starting to move and mobilize his army to set up a counter flank over here. Now, I started moving my knights, my Knights of the Realm, and my yeomen, my mounted yeomen, back that way, hoping he would see it, and since he had so many hidden troops, think I might have hidden troops over here in these woods, and therefore halt his charge. Alright, so let's join Louen Leoncoeur here. As he gets in the first attack, I popped all of his abilities here. Alright, here are my men joining in. Good to see this nice little rush. Back over here. Another nice charge. All down the line. Charges, charges, charges. Whoop. Slow down one more time. Alright, so here we are. I have my polearm units basically clogging down the entire front of his army. Right now, I have Louen Leoncoeur rampaging in the back. You can see the Pegasus Knights up above. And I'm now setting up kind of a counter front here for his flank. But it looks like part of my scam, if you will, has been working. He started moving his miners back. I wasn't paying too much attention to this. I was just hoping this would work while I focused all my attention over here. But yes, he is moving his miners back over here, refraining from collapsing my side with his superior numbers of infantry. Archers, of course, back over here. Looks like they're taking some shots at this dwarf warrior unit. You're going to see my maiden's going to start popping abilities. Here come my Pegasus Knights. In for a nice rear charge over here. Catching these warriors between two fronts. Just look at it. Oh my goodness. Just going to crush them. There's my maiden. She's breaking in her Curse of the Night Wind, which is going to lower their armor and melee attack, as well as a buff for my own troops pretty soon. Here we go. Archers still firing away. Cav still going over there. You see that his cannon's been turned on my cav over there, and I'm going to lose a lot of Knights of the Realm from that. But right now, that's not my priority. As you can see, we've routed their units already here on the front line. They're great weapons units. They don't have as much armor as the other ones do, I don't think. So they've broken a little bit more quickly. So I'm going to wheel my Pegasus Knights around, keep them in the action, keep them in the battle. Down over here. Now you're going to see this is going to become just a fulcrum for the entire field because they have these long beards here. And as I said, it just shows what superior quality in the... Oop, I missed this right here. So I saw this opening here where all those Thunderers were just kind of lined up taking shots into my flank. I did not like that. This, by the way, is his hero over here. And he's buffing his own troops. But I saw that and I said, hey, why don't I risk crossing this? The Dwarves are too slow to catch me. And it worked out. So I'm going to get this nice little rear charge on these Thunderers here. Just distracting them from firing into the side of my line. These are the Knights of the Realm. As you see, there's only 18 of them left. They've taken heavy casualties from the Dwarven cannons. So now we just get this complete chaos. I managed to enfold his counter flank over here somewhat. My Pegasus Knights wheeling around, looking to join the fight. I think the trees maybe are giving them difficulties. My Knights are coming up on the hill over here, and they're going to try to engage down here. These guys, let's catch this charge coming in. Boom! That's a full stack of Knights of the Realm right there. Oh yeah, and they've been broken again. No problem. Louen Leoncoeur has finished wrapping up this line. Now I have some units free. I can reallocate over here. But as you can see, the Longbeards are still holding out, tying down at least 2 of my units. Three of my units here, trying to outflank. Oh, these are actually some Dwarf Warriors that are still remaining. Oh, and there come my Pegasus Knights in behind. Slow things down a little bit again as we reassess the battlefield. So now he's brought his miners over at last. I think he also sent a unit. No, not yet. He's going to send a unit over there to try to mess with my trebuchets. I basically just abandoned them on that hill to fire and focused all my troops on this effort over here. So here are my polearms. They're moving up to meet these miners with their blasting charges, and that's going to turn into quite the bloody confrontation as well. Here are some of my spearmen at arms charging through, trying to deal with the enemy's hero as his general tries to come through. Where am I in the meantime? I'm soaring over my troops, giving them some buffs. They're catching a little breather. Boom. Yeah, so he's hit me with some blasting charges. That destroys my troop formation for sure. Here's some miners. We're starting to engage across all fronts, and oh, look at this. Oh, and Leoncoeur is here, and he's gonna smash in. But I think is it too late? It's too late. My unit's already broken. Leoncoeur is gonna fight by himself, it looks like. There's my maiden popping off some more Curse of the Midnight Wind on these units over here. Some of my Knights of the Realm getting hit by charges. Are they going to take a charge? I hope they do. Yep, here comes some more men. They're going to take a charge right into these guys, and boom! Those are the Iron Breakers, actually. That is that really tough unit I was targeting earlier on. Here we go. Get back in here. See, look at these, the Longbeards. Still holding out. They just won't go down. I have how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 units, including a Pegasus Knight, just trying to hold these guys down. In the meantime, it looks like one of his miners is chasing one of my Knights of the Realm. No, Mountain Yeomen off the field right now. Some of my troops are reorganizing themselves over here in the back, and I'm going to try to reorganize them a little bit later. Some of his routed troops are coming back into the fight. Meantime, my Cav is just trying to play havoc with him over here, engaging his Thunderers on this front. Man, where are the Dwarves? I can't even... Oh, I'm engaging with some miners now. That sounds odd when you say it like that. Miners. Leoncoeur with his Hippogriff. Just wreaking damage. He's barely been touched. Hasn't even been touched. The miners are not doing a good job of taking down his health at all. Just this huge bog of troops here. Ooh, the cannons. Just cutting a swath of death right through the entire cluster. Thunderers returning over here on the hill, but it looks like they're returning and retreating, returning and retreating. This is kind of the ebb and flow of a battle. Here's some of my pole arms reforming here. Looks like they're going to be right in time to engage these Dwarf Knights. Oh, and Pegasus Knights coming in for a crash here on the Dwarves. Look at this. Oh yeah, they're getting cut up, getting stuck in. Looks like he's sitting back over here. He basically just lets his cannons shoot. I think he was worried about me getting into them with my cavalry, my superior cavalry, and he's guarding them up with his men. Either that, or I think he had the battle so in hand that he just didn't need to commit more, because a lot of my men are retreating right now. There's one Pegasus Knight left in that unit. I think he's gone. Here's some of my units regaining their composure. His miners over there just kind of being a little idle, but they're gonna... I think he sent them over there to mess with my trebuchets. There he is. Masik? Oh, I can't say that. Anyway, but just dealing out havoc amongst my remaining Pegasus Knights who are trying to hold... Oh, Knights of the Realm coming in to sweep away those Iron Breakers. Even that depleted unit, after taking all that fire... Oh, and here's one of my trebuchet crews. Managed to get them all the way down here. Popping my abilities with Leoncoeur. And I have... Yes, there she is. The maiden is still running around here. She's actually gonna... Is she gonna engage here? Yep, she's gonna engage here. It's one of my few remaining units here. One of my halberds. It still remains to me. Slow things down a bit. I don't want to miss anything. Looks like this is pretty much all that's going on right now. Bringing in some fresh spearmen, coming back from routing. He's going to engage them right head on with his general. Hit these Iron Breakers in the back, but miners are coming to the rescue. And that's going to be a quick engagement. The Bretonnian spearmen have very poor morale. Oh, look at that. One of the Knights of the Realm just charging in there. Oh! Leoncoeur smashing his way in. Oh, just tossing them right and left. Still has a lot of health. Looks like his units are running. Louen just routed that entire unit. It was about this time I realized that if I did not take care of his general, things were going to go very poorly for me, especially since he's left him rather open, and he sees what I'm doing here, and he's going to charge some of his miners back in to the fight. Come on, Louen. Take him down. Swipe. Looks like his health has gone down a good bit. He's dealing with half of what he had. I don't know whether Louen is doing me a favor or not. He's wrecking my own troops a good bit too. Oh, that's a nice little aerial sweep. My hippogriffs. My Pegasus Knights coming in for a rear charge there. Oh, my damsels in here. Everybody's here. And just like that, it's all broken up. It's like a spark. Gets ignited and then bursts. Louen's just, gonna plow that entire line of miners. I sent my Pegasus Knights after his general. I did not want him returning to the fight. I wanted it to be over. And they're just gonna harry him, as you can see. Still have a decent number, 7 left in that group. Louen's routed that miner unit. He's gonna take on another one, and they're already wavering. Is this the point in the battle where I was just getting the last scraps of my men together? I had 2 halberds left, and I had 1 spear unit. And they're going to come right back here with my damsel, who's going to pop the last spell of the battle. I was running super low on magic at this point. Here it is. It's another Curse of the Midnight Wind. Gotta take out that armor and melee damage if I want my men to have any chance. You can see that my men at arms is wavering even as they're coming in. But then, boom, Leoncoeur is coming in. He's gonna buff my guys and just create this huge retreat. But he's not done yet. This Curse of the Midnight Wind is affecting those guys. Looks like it just wore off though. Still hassling his general over there. This is actually still really a close game, guys. He still has his Master Engineer, who is untouched. He has his fresh unit of miners coming in. Even though it looks like I'm winning this fight, my spearmen are already wavering. Look at his Ironbreakers. They almost charged and they lost their nerve. This is why Llewellyn is such a powerful unit on the battlefield for Bretonnia, especially when Bretonnia's cavalry is so expensive. Although it is well worth its money, it usually gets a lot of kills. The Hippogriff that he rides actually instills terror, has a psychological damage on enemy units. So just like that Ironbreaker that tried to charge, the terror from the Hippogriff is affecting that unit and keeping them from staying in the fight. I'm gonna charge in, but as you see, like I targeted these Ironbreakers early in the fight, and they're still around. They've been in a number of scraps. They just don't give up. It's my damsel from a distance. I actually tried to engage her with his engineer, but of course he was doing a good job of wrecking her. So at this point, my units have been almost completely destroyed. This is one of the last of my units. I have my damsel, Leoncoeur, and then of course my Pegasus Knights that are still harrying his general. And I don't want to give them up. So here we are. We're just kind of double teaming. My heroes here working together. But then I saw his engineer, and I thought, hey, if I can get him to rout, that might cause a chain. So here we are. I'm actually going to pause the battle real quick because it's almost over. And I want to just take a look at the fields. Oh my goodness. Just the bodies. The bodies of the Pegasus Knights and other horses just all over this area. Let's take a look at this. Just dwarves. Dwarves and men. All strewn around here. The battle lines all over. And of course the thickest fighting right in here. Maybe more men than dwarves lying around here. Maybe not. It's a close thing. Pegasus is such a sad thing. The broken wings of Pegasi lying upon the battlefield. A lot of people die right under this tree. The death tree. Now the fight's over here. Alright. So we're going to see Louen Leoncoeur. He's going to wrap this engineer up pretty fast. Louen's been in a lot of fights throughout this battle. I've just kept him moving around, keeping him active, continuously popping his abilities. As you can see, oh, look at the morale drop that guy just suffered. And there he is. He's routing, and that is the victory. I could not believe it. I thought that battle was over when I saw the miners coming on my flank there. That's it. So let's take a look at this last page here. So good game to my opponent. It was a really fun battle. I hope he felt the same way. As you see, 214 kills for Louen. That's going to bear the bell for my entire army. The Pegasus Knights coming in as a close, well, not a close second, off by over 100, but as the second, my Pegasus Knights here with 180. His cannons, wow, they just did tons of damage. 142, 104. They just put holes in my cavalry and they put holes in my clumps. So very good use of his cannons. Yeah. How many did his Iron Breakers get? 45, yeah. I think that's largely just because I was able to pick them apart from a distance with my trebuchets. 621 and 940 there. So once again, good game to my opponent. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed this replay. It was a lot of fun, and I will see you guys in the next video.